Hello, hello, hello. Excited
Hi.
to see you.
Yeah, me too, very much. Thank you for coming, and thank you for that you want to share with impactful ladies what the branding truly is and how do you feel it and how to make impact to the world with exactly what you do, Arta. But let me introduce our guest today. Arta is my very good friend, my accountability partner and partner in crime, and we go through businesses together. She was motivating me to launch this project as soon as possible, and here we are. So Arta, thank you very, very much. And I would love you to share with us what do you do and why.
Amazing. So thanks so much for inviting me. My name is Arta. I am a creative soul. I'm an artist and I'm a brand strategist as well, because I feel that branding, and I specialize more on personal branding. So it's really about authenticity, what we're going to talk with you in a moment, is really your big vision and yourself and your impact expressed as art. And that's why I'm working in this field, because it's so exciting. It's so beautiful to understand somebody's vision, to connect with that impact, to help people to communicate that visually and also verbally. And and that's how I support my clients. Yes.
My attributes, let me explain what it means. Well, I have my silver watch. I love silver. I don't use gold. Arta helped me to understand that it's a part of my branding. Here is the leather bracelet. I was not knowing what I want to show what I want to express with my attributes. And beside here is the moon. That is absolutely stunning thing, because moon is the symbol of women. Arta is from Latvia, I'm from Poland, so we both know what it means. But not knowing where you are from, let me explain. Moon, 28 days, and now I guess every lady understands what does it mean. And in ancient times, it always was the symbol of women that know, so about a symbol of witches, symbol of women in general. So it's also visible in branding of impactful woman, of course, but leather is also an expression of that. I really do love natural materials. I love nature. You see many of my pictures in flowers and green. And Arta helped me to understand how to express this special connection that I have with nature, and goes through, among others, the leather bracelet, which is also a bit of wilderness and kind of Viking roots. I don't have any, but I am certainly Slavian. That is visible also on my face, and some characters. And well, I'm Polish, right? So it's and since this all is very important for me, it's good to see it in my personality, in my authenticity, and in my branding. And this is Arta who allowed me to understand how I can express what I really feel and what I have in my soul. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the magical thing about this work, is that it's mostly and foremost is about how it makes you feel. It's not about, the impression that we are trying to make on somebody. Of course, it builds the like, trust, and know factor when we are expressing more who we really are. But what it does is that it creates your confidence about yourself, because you feel good in your skin, you feel good in how you communicate yourself, the words that you choose for your business, the message that you're sharing with your community. And most of the time there's like this misconception about branding, because most of the people kind of neglect it a little bit, because they assume that branding is just nice colors, nice logo, nice fonts, some stylized images, nice photo shoots, some fabricated images, and it's kind of this narcissistic me, it's all about me activity, so and selfish. So a lot of people have this a little bit kind of negative view because they don't really fully understand what is behind this work, that it's actually much more than beautiful pictures, it's much more than selecting a nice outfit, but it's much more about discovering oneself continuously, because like authenticity is not something you do, you know, it's not like a process you do once and then everything is clear, and now every day I will wear green and blue, and every day I will say the same words. It's not like that. It's like continuous self-discovery process, and it's scary. It's not so
Scary.
easy.
Why?
Because when we are starting to communicate our truth, or what we find is truth for ourselves in the moment, we start to polarize, and kind of we attract our people through being who we truly are, but we also repel people that are not our people, you know, by connecting with that essence. Like for you, it's, for example, nature, right? The strong connection with nature, and I also have it in me, in my brand, the force of nature. I live by the sea. It's I'm a child of nature, just like you. So as we show up as who we are, there will be people that will completely not resonate, and they're not there. They love to live in a skyscraper in a busy city and rush, you know, so they're not going to even notice us. And because we are just like, okay, this is me, I'm the child of nature. So branding is also polarizing, and that's okay, you know. Imagine those big superstars who have very strong personal brands, like Rihanna, Madonna, I don't know, who is like really, really provocative, and really, really crazy and wild. I always give this this example of Madonna because it's very simple, you know. Can you imagine how many people would talk negatively behind her back when she was just starting to express her sexuality and emancipation and love for freaks and diversity and openness, right? There would be people who would judge her, and but she didn't give a F about it, you know. She just like, this is me. So
she had the strategy for sure.
so
Clear goal, yeah.
so this is scary for most of the people, to be truly unapologetic.
Okay, let's clarify, what does it mean to be truly who you really are? What is it? What does it mean? And why is it scary? I have my opinion. I'm curious of yours. Let's share.
Oh, well, the biggest one is that somehow in our society we are conditioned, especially women are conditioned to be people pleasers, to be the good girls, to be the nice girls. This is something that I am facing in my work all the time, and it's not authentic. It's not authentic to be a people pleaser, because when you are like really who you are, when you have your set of values, you cannot be a people pleaser, because you have your own strong opinions about things, about you have your own truth. This is what I find is my truth. This is the treatment I want to have. This is the treatment I want to give to other people. And I'm not like lowering my standards, for example, right? So for me, that is big part of it. And we observe that not only in business and in sales, but also in dating, in relationships, how people...
But I want to refer in our conversation also to this huge topic that is, from the bottom of my heart, female powers. Women love to serve others. It's not that we should not, or we should not in general. We like to do that. And this is mainly, I think that it's mainly how we make the business. We like to serve people, not to fight for their money just and only, right? And what would you say about it? How to use this female superpower in expression of who I really am?
Serving others by being yourself. Not stepping away from your own values, and because in our work, consulting, coaching, healing work, we sometimes have to understand the bullshit of other person as well, you know, like there are fears, there are insecurities in people, there are all these things that people might say, and they might find that is in the moment true for them, but we as experts, we can see through this, we can see through that, well, no, actually there's like a lot of shadow, a lot of maybe some darkness, maybe some work required, right? So I stay true to myself, and I help that person also by, instead of saying to them, yeah, everything is okay, I will change my program so that it fits you, but I stay true to my own expertise and what I believe is true, while doing my best work for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the point is to understand, what do I really want? Don't you think, Arta? Serving others against ourselves. No, but serving others because I want to serve the way I want to serve, helping them so I grow with them as well. And this is this authenticity we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another question to you, why is it important to express this authenticity in branding?
It's important because it builds trust in people. It
How?
builds well, branding is about, well, consistently communicating what you do, who you are, so that people don't have to guess. And so you don't make people to work that hard to understand what you're about, what your values are, what your work is about, who you are as a person, because when we communicate who we are, we tend to attract people who click with our atmosphere, with our values, with our life work, with our vision, so that not only we attract a new client, but we even go further than that. We create communities based on these beautiful values. So when people are connecting to you, they know that they will find like-minded people in this group, like you have Impactful Women Facebook group. And I know that women that I'm going to connect there with, they're somehow coming through your set of values, through what is important for you. So impact is important for them. Probably also nature is important, and preserving beautiful, planet that we have and not destroying it is important for them. So I know that when I'm with you, I'm going to be in a community that is right for me, through your authenticity.
Yeah, through the authenticity. Exactly. And tell me, does it work only with business people, branding, personal branding, or does it work for everyone?
This is a great question. I was thinking about today that it's important actually to mention it, that personal branding, we all have it. We don't maybe think about it consciously, but we are all personal brands without thinking about it. And for whom is it, in which situations is important? If you are looking for a high values job opportunity, for example, someone who wants to be a leader, a manager, and in a nice environment, nice organization, it's important to communicate what your values are, who you are, so that you find the right job opportunity, so that you can elevate your career. It's also, and my clients, somehow, even though I'm not like career coach per se, but a lot of people that don't have a business, when they start to work with me, somehow magically they attract their dream job very soon. And I'm like, whoa, what is it? But it's really about them becoming better and bolder about how they communicate, and they don't have to chase anything anymore. They're just like,
Where does boldness begin?
this boldness begins being
Consciousness, isn't it?
it really begins with the vision, with knowing your talents, your strengths. When I know my strength, and we use human design system in our work to help people to understand their strength and life work and purpose. So it begins there, and then you feel connected. When you feel connected with yourself, you are bold because you're sure about who you are, where you're going. Of course, you are still developing yourself, and some things are changing, but the core things are there. And when you know them, so that is one thing. And of course, also dating, the same thing, you know, building relationship in personal life as well. Companies want strong personal brands because they want to be proud about people who represent them on the outside, like managers, CEOs. They want to have, like, you know, these people with nice, good self-image, confidence. Yes, our values click. I stand for this company. I'm here with my heart. In the same in dating, when you are dating and you want to attract high values partner, you also communicate your truth. And through communicating, like a bird singing your song, you attract the right person.
That's it. And tell me, how does it work? Your personal look, like me, for example, I'm not a big fan of makeup and all this stuff, and dressing super well and doing anything with hair, because I think my hair is good enough. Nevertheless, I see often ladies that are, you know, beautiful, long, very blonde hair. Yours is more or less natural, right? But very many black hair ladies having blonde hair, for example. Face in the age of 50, you know, like from the baby. And I would love to look this way. This is true. On the other side, my value that is over looking so good is being natural. You know, I already have one implant, and I'm not going to say where. But I'm really not a fan of it. Now, if I would make my choice, I wouldn't take it. I prefer to be one lady than having an implant, really. And I know that I wouldn't like to have any Botox or mouth done, etc. But I know that it affects my branding. How does it work?
I actually love seeing successful business owners who have no makeup, sometimes messy hair, and you know that this woman is a millionaire and she really doesn't care that she doesn't have any makeup. It's just so nice, you know, like it even when you encounter such a woman, it gives you like this nice peaceful feeling, like, oh, it can be so easy. I don't have to even put any makeup on, and I can just do my work. And it's really, I think there are no rules. We are all different people. One person likes Botox, the other one doesn't like it. It's so fine. As long as we feel good, and if you feel good about it, then you shine, and you will attract the right people by just being yourself. I love this journaling prompt that whenever I have some kind of confusion, I use, because I journal a lot, I write a lot, and it's if I give myself complete permission to do it all my own way, and I would know that with complete certainty that my success is guaranteed if I do it exactly my own way. What would I now? How would I feel? What would I think? What would I now do? And then you give yourself complete permission. And you know what I also find? because then it's sustainable business, then it's sustainable growth, because I don't bother myself with these thoughts about lipstick or makeup or whatever, unless I want to put it on, you know. So I like it, you know, it doesn't bother me. I like to put on lipstick, but I also find that it's very interesting to have this combination, because I think with authenticity, the thing is that when we are real human being, like, we have so many facets as a human being. We're not just this one thing. We're never just this one thing. So what I feel attracted to when I observe other women entrepreneurs and coaches or consultants is that how are they changing? How are they showing up in different situations? How are they crying? How they are showing up when they're sad and they have no makeup and they only have tears because something sad happened in their life, and they are bold enough and vulnerable enough to show that they're not only joy, they're not only happiness, even though they're very impactful and rich women. And this is something that I have very big like respect for, that you show as a human being that you are all these things. And when you show it, then you also make it easier for other women to be bolder and more expressive, and to be, okay, I can show that I am a real human being. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be anything. I can just be myself. And what typically happens is, as more vulnerable we become, and we share more also from the scar and from the some more sadness and things that we have overcome, and life is not always easy, as more interesting it is for our audience, because they can relate to this to these experiences, and they can learn from them as well. And
Wow, it's sinking, you know. I'm silent because I integrate what you just said.
yeah.
It's so cool. I have two questions in my mind now to you. First is, well, I'm a value proposition expert, so of course I have a question to you about it, but what is first, branding or value proposition? So it's like, what is first, the hen or the egg?
You know what? I think that it probably depends on the expert and the consultant, how they look at branding, right? For me, I would say branding is first, just because I think that all starts with a big vision. And branding, in order to build a brand, you need to have a big vision. You know, like, okay, this is what the impact that I will make, and I am making with my work. And for example, for me, it is part of it is making the world a more confident place to be for everyone, and make people feel safe in their body to express who they are, because then the whole relationship, the world changes. And then if I don't establish that first, like this bird's view perspective, then I will not sure if my offers and value proposition is kind of aligned with that bigger purpose or drive within me. So then, as I have that in place, I can always calibrate my offers to the bigger mission that I have. That's how I see it. What do you think?
Well, I think it matches very much with what I do, because I started working on value proposition absolutely from the bottom of your heart, from your solar plexus, basically, because you are the beginning of everything. Everything literally starts with you. So if you are looking for your value proposition for your brand, for your company, for your business, you have to start with yourself. There is no other way, right? So I think it matches one-to-one to what you just said. It's exactly this. You have to start with yourself. And when you define the value inside of you, your superpowers, your skills, your strengths, etc., and you name it, and you are already conscious of them all, and they become the elements of your brand, like you just defined it, then you can continue the rest of the value proposition and with this relationship with your customer. This is how I work. So
Yeah.
it covers it matches, of course. We
Because-
go together through this journey, so it must match.
Yeah, because there's, this one of the purposes of branding is to differentiate yourself also from all other experts and service people who offer similar services. And then, as you know your difference, it also, and that's part of the branding, knowing that, then your offers are really yours because you inject your own special thing in them.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the reply to the question that client always asks, but very often do not express it. Why should I work with you, not with the others?
What do you tell them when they ask you?
What do I tell them?
Yeah.
Well, with this brand, Impactful Woman, I didn't have this question yet, but I can reply to that very, very easily, of course. Well, number one, because I'm a woman and I do understand women's superpowers. Number two, I used to be the procurement negotiator, and I am definitely the one that is looking for the value in the proposal. And basically, even today, I had a conversation with business ladies about it, that level of definition of the value in offers. I'm sorry, it's the statistics on the basis of my professional experience is quite low, and very few people are able to express exactly and define exactly the value that they deliver. It's not easy, because first you have to find it in yourself. This is what Impactful Woman is about. Find it in yourself, your impact to the others. And well, the role of procurement buyer basically is exactly find the value in what they tell you. Because, they can tell very many things. We're the best. We have the best products. But what does it mean, the best? I have a very valuable product for you. What does it mean, valuable? Right?
Amazing.
Yeah. And often, these kind of questions are treated as offensive. It's like an attack. It's not the attack. I am looking for the value. I don't want to hear beautiful adjectives. I want to find and define the value and know what I'm going to pay for. This is the role of procurement buyer. And this is what I was doing for 16 years. And I really know how to do that. So this is really my value.
I love it. So many women need this work, and to understand the value that they bring and to be confident and secure about it. And that's amazing.
And the most beautiful thing is that it's in each one of us, literally. Even if you think that you have nothing to deliver, you have no value to offer, it's definitely not true. We all have it. And I am able to find the proofs, hard proofs, rational proofs that you are not right with this.
I want to fish for one compliment from you, because I think it's a good moment. Because you told me once that because of interaction that we had, before that, your social media content, you're like, I'm not sure what to talk about and things like that. And then there's something about my work that unleashed your content and storytelling, right? Can I say that then my superpower, or why people should pick me from all other people, is because I have a power to unleash their creative juices to create feeling of safety and creativity and overflow of all different crazy expression. Yes.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. We all have it, of course. And Arta is the expert of unleashing.
Yay!
making things easier for us, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Okay, another question. My second question to you. This one is going to be almost the last one, so let's wrap it. But you mentioned human design. My favorite topic.
Yes.
Let me explain to listeners. I can't say that I'm not a big fan. I am fan of human design, but I have difficulty in understanding what the hell it is. And Arta is the best explainer what the hell this magic is. Absolutely. Tell us a few words about human design and how it works for branding.
Okay. So human design is a combination of different modalities: astrology, Kabbalah, Eastern philosophy. So if you're someone that is a little bit interested in astrology, I don't know if you're Camilla aware, but I think you were a bit skeptical. But I was always interested in astrology, but it didn't fully resonate with me. So when I discovered human design, I found it much more precise. So it's based on your data of birth. So when you know your time and date of birth, and you have a chart, and through this chart, you discover your energetic blueprint, how you are designed to be energetically, so that you create the most with the least effort. That's how I see it. And you can also see your talents and strengths and life work and shadow work. For me, the shadow work is the most interesting part of human design, because, oh my gosh, I mean, for me, it was not like, it's not like this is something new. I kind of knew these challenges that I had, but human design really pointed it out, like, Arta, look, your shadow is impatience, and you have to work with that, because if you're gonna be like hungry and impatient, then you're just gonna get in more troubles in your life. So it really, that is for me the strongest thing, but also the strategy of responding. So these 5 human design types, and you are manifesting generator, I'm generator, we are responding, and that makes life easier, because what we tend to do is that we tend to like push in autopilot sometimes in our business, right? Like do, now I have to do something because I'm doing nothing, so I'm just gonna take and do something. But when you're starting to implement the strategy of response, your work actually gets more effective, because you're doing the right things. I'm not just creating content because I have to create content today, but I respond to people that I encounter, the situations I encounter, and it's such a much more smarter approach, because I write about what they're asking me, and not just about something to get my visibility up and running. So it's very, I find it as a strategy,
it's also
very
about
smart.
Business relationship, right? Because it's they ask you reply from the position of an expert, and you help them this way, of course.
Yeah, and in creating art, it's incredible. So many people are overthinking, what do I create, how do I create? But when you are in our case using the strategy to respond, you respond to life, to experiences as human, and then you express your feelings through art, and you kind of trust you feel confident about your taste, and you express your feeling through it, but it comes to as a response to life. And then I think this is how we feel more connected all together, and then people don't have any more question or struggle about, yeah, but I feel alone, I feel isolated from the world, and nobody's watching my videos, nobody's commenting on my posts. But are you actually engaging in life? So I think is also the strategy of response is a strategy of engaging with life, engaging with people, with questions, with real stuff.
That's it. If you, the listener, are interested in human design, post it in the comments. I will work with Arta. I will work on Arta to give us the workshop on human design a little bit, because I already know that there are ladies that are willing to, find more clients and have better relationship with them. And this is something that certainly could help them.
Yeah.
So please post in a comment if you want to see Arta again and have more knowledge about human design. Cool. Yeah. And let me mention also that Arta helped me to understand many things about myself. And this impatience is also my character too. It's my shadow. And yeah, thanks to Arta, I take my lessons out of what I experienced in the past, and not to allow this, well, kind of weakness to destroy me again. So Arta, I'm very grateful to you. Okay. Welcome. Questions, final questions to you. First one is, what do you do? Second, you replied to why we should work with you, and we already know that. And third, where to find you. We will post, Arta is a member of our group, so you can contact her directly, but you can also find her on her social media. And I will post the links to Arta as well, but tell us, please, by yourself.
Well, you can find me on Facebook.
Of course.
I think Facebook is my main platform where I post and I write my thoughts and I connect with clients as well. I'm also on Instagram, Arta Balina Coaching. And I love connecting with people one-on-one. So, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I want to speak with Arta about my human design or about my brand, then just send me a direct message, because you'll probably tag me, so you can immediately send me a friend request or a message, and that's for me very easy, because when I connect with some new person, I like to, if they're interested, I like to do a small human design reading, just check it out, like the main things, and then see from there if there's something I can help them with. But that's how I get to know, that's how I like to get to know new people as well, because that gives me a lot of insight about their talents and strengths.
That's it. So one-to-one with Arta about branding, about your superpowers. So we both work on that. And when you find them at Arta's, come to me and we will find what offer you can craft on that. And and find her on Facebook and find her in the group. And hey, let's invite Arta again to our group for life.
Thank you, Camilla.
Thank you very much for being with us today, and see you soon.
See you soon.